And here we are once again, only we're going to equip the Mask of Eyes. And with that equipped, we're going to push an invisible Fina up against the wall. It's a dead end. Adel, the mask is kind of scary. And you take it off. So, we're actually rather sweet to the woman we just ground up against a wall so we could see her stats. How generous of us. As you can see, she does take damage, just since I hadn't shown that off before. But there's one other little thing that Fina can do. Besides, you know, I've heard she gets lost and starts calling out to you. I forget, did we show that off last time? Might not be this version. So, there's one other thing that Fina can do. And that's pretty much all the East 1 extras. I'm going to finish off this Let's Play series with a boss rush of my own of East 1. Yeah, there was a boss rush for East 1. With this control pad, I think I might actually do a lot better. My only real fears are Janakres and Dark Fact. Oh, Dark Fact. I've never been good at fighting Dark Fact. And since you only get one shot of it, well, you can imagine how good I'm going to be doing at it. So, come on, Fina. Did I take the long way out? Yeah, sorry. Come on, Fina. We've got to get out of here. Because there's someone I want to introduce you to. Take the goddess statue to warp us out. To be fair, she has been holed up for who knows how long. So, be careful that Fina doesn't meet with them anymore. We're going to take her not to Zeptic Village, where I'm sure she would love to be right now, but over to see an old friend. Oh, Vagovardo. That's what that place is called, by the way. The scar where East was torn out. And then we helped put it back. Come on, catch up. Catch up. Catch up. Thieves' Den. And whoa, that was so close. So we just go in here, and talk to Goban. This is really no place for you to be bringing a young girl. Either way, is she alright? She doesn't look too well. My grandmother Jeva lives in the village at the bottom of the mountain. Oh, you know her already? Well, you know what I'm getting at. Tell her what happened, and she'll take the girl in. Very strong hint. Leave the money and the girl, and get out. What does it matter what I say? Not like you can do anything about it. Ah, relax. We only mess with stuffy rich folks anyway. Oh, welcome to our humble home. But miss, haven't you heard? This is a thieves' den. Not safe for someone like you. What kind of a guy would bring a girl to a place like this? What do you say you ditch him and have a drink with me? Which I really can't blame anyone for saying. But if we try and go up to the Tower of Dharm, Fina was not following Adel. She was fearfully watching from the previous room. I'm afraid to go any further. So, that's why you don't mess with Fina. And, once again, her measurements right here. So unless you have those, don't cosplay as Fina. Well, not really, but still, worth noting. So now, after a cut, I'm going to take on time trial till I can get it right, and I hope you enjoy watching that as well. And here we are. Back there you can see Fina. Actually, that just as something to note, it can change depending on if you go back and forth. If it's gold, then it's Rhea. If it's gold, then it's Fina. If it's silver, then it's Rhea. So that's Rhea back there. Let's have our try it time attack. This score is my dear Songs in the Mornings. Let's see what I can pull off. We have no healing items this time, so it's all down to me actually being able to show that I know how to kill Janakres. At a lower level than I would usually do it. But at least we have the longsword. Yeah, do not try and fight him with the short sword. I implore you. Awesome music. East is so effing metal. Like, I don't know, seriously, any version of East that isn't metal just suffers from it. Like East 5. Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah, he's gonna spell my end. This battle is not what I want to do with the joypad. Or with the analog stick. I get to play it Easy. Take it easy on this guy. Ah, yeah. So there you go. Gold. And that's Fina. You can tell by also the hair. So, time attack. Great boss theme. Really, the amount of whack-a-mole bosses is a little bit annoying in East 1. East 2's gimmick of the fireball for most fights is redundant. So, I mean, there's definitely... These are not the best games in the East series. But I wanted to show them off first. They're fun games besides. But seeing them makes the later games in the series, well, better. Make a lot more sense. Other good stuff like that. So now we'll be fighting Natilger. The boss that, without V-Sync, just sort of swirls around and around and around and around and around and around. There's absolutely no way to kill him, in my opinion. I've heard that you can, but yeah, this is why you can't play this in a virtual machine. Come on, Natilger. Natilger, ladies and gentlemen. And Vagulian. Vagulian will be much better with the analog stick, I wager. If I can just remember to aim for his feet. I'm actually doing pretty good so far, I think. Time-wise, even. It's all really how Vagulian plays, though. If Vagulian decides to cooperate, it'll be quick. If he decides to be a jerk, it'll take a while. Come on. You can corral him around in circles, but I don't really think it has anything to do with anything, like how he actually performs. You also can see up here that he is level 10, has all the silver equipment. So, the fact that I was trying to do it earlier and having difficulty makes perfect sense. As you can see, though, with the proper equipment, the main problem is just that he does take his time. Which is, of course, always fun. When a boss decides that he'll decide how long the fight's gonna be. Good for him, huh? Just dodge this horrifically deadly swarm of bats. They did definitely manage to make a lot of these fights more epic. And that's another reason I did this game first, because the next game that I do, well, the next East game I do, East Origin, has most of the bosses from East 1 and 2 reimagined in the style that was created for East 6 and East Oath and Felgana, so without having seen them here, you will understand some of the things I would have been saying about them. Much less just the world wouldn't make any sense, and it's in Japanese, unfortunately. There's been a patch that's been on the horizon, and I could wait for it, but no one knows when it'll be released. So rather than wait for that, I want to make sure that we don't get stuck in that trap. And... silly Vagulian. Pumped quite a bit of time into my run. My fault there. Every so often I start to think that I figured out a secret to make him incarnate more. Like getting hit, doing certain things, not doing certain things. But I think really the trick to this battle, you know, I'm just staying alive, swirling around him. I don't really think there's any way to speed it up. And then he dissolves into a skeleton. And with him out of the way, we're of course on to Picty. Good old Pictimos. A little bit easier if you have the rhythm a little bit better, but there's him in the end. Now we're gonna go and fight Klonscard, a boss that, honestly, how you're supposed to figure out what to do with this guy is beyond me. And he got me. But you get the idea. I actually did fairly decent. You're not seeing me fight off with the final guy, again, dying miserably over and over and over again, and Yoga and Omu, you're not seeing me do them well. But I just wanted to show off those features. I'm going to see if I can't get a decent time attack score, but I can't really realistically expect myself to kill Dark Fact on any given go, so we'll see. But for now, this is going to close off my Ys 1 and 2 walkthrough at Let's Play. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Any comments, feedback, let me know. Till next time, have yourself a wonderful day. Well, save the best for last here on all the various outtakes that we've got, all the various fun things you can do that you're kind of not supposed to be able to, or rather that you know is weird. So that would be, remember how Dal says that, you know, I never respected my dad, yada yada. I was born in the essence of magic, no parlor tricks granted to you by the priests will work against me. Remember that? So it's a clue you have to slash into him? Well, let's just theoretically say that we're not smart enough to follow his advice. If you try using fire, it just sort of futzes, exploding like an inch in front of your face. Bam, 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 boom. Also, randomly, the vibration control on my controller is working. That's very interesting. But still, smash. Smash, and he glows green right when you fire it. You literally cannot hurt him with fire. It just does nothing, because he protects himself from it. So he's being serious. Do not use magic against Dals. But he has other spells too. So for that, I'll show you after a cut. Here we're going to bring Transform magic against him. It's a boss, so you would imagine this wouldn't really do a whole lot, but still kind of something I just wanted to show off. You really can still, as I recall, damage him by running into him. But, yeah, see, he's damaged. But, as you can see, he doesn't really fall for the fact that I'm a Rue. This makes perfect sense since he saw through it previously, but I thought it bared showing, because I'd never actually shown that you really can't fight a boss as a Rue and have it do anything good for you. Finally, we have one last spell that I haven't shown off using against Dals, and that is Time Stop. So, let's see what happens. Time Stop. Wonderful Time Stop. Use Time Stop, and only we can control time. And I'm frozen, and then blah 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 blah. So let's try this again. I'll get to the very middle. Time Stop. He seems to freeze, I can't move right now, and bullet hell in the face. So, it looks really cool, but you don't want to use Time Stop against Dals. I've read that in some versions it actually can be useful, but in this version it's just cruising for a bruising, as they say. So don't do it. And that's the final little bit of bonus features that this is going to have. I'm going to start working on my review shortly, and then I'll be getting the rest of it here. I have about 5 hours footage of myself, Spidery One, Genetrius, and Erica from, or rather, Songs in the Morning, playing Diablo 1, and that's not really important. And then I'll be editing together to tear out the bad bits, show the other good bits together, because there's an awful lot of things like getting horrifically murdered by Leoric, but there was some pretty funny stuff too, and some pretty funny glitches, and some, yeah, they're going to be angry at a couple things that they thought were just glitches. That was me screwing up. I told them that, don't worry. But anyway, I want to thank you again for watching, and hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.